Obviously, very excited to get our first victory of the year. A lot of happy faces in that locker room. A lot of guys that have worked very, very hard for this feeling, for this day. The game went about as we anticipated. We thought it would be difficult. We talked before the game about dealing with the adversity of expectation, and how you go about winning a game and starting to feel the pressure if there are some struggles early on in the game. And you could sort of sense that with our guys. Guys may be pressing. We equate it to trying to hit a grand slam with no one on base. And once we settled down and just played the game, especially coming out after halftime, I thought we relaxed. I thought we played a lot better. I don't think we converted a third down in the first half. I don't think we were stopped on a third down in the second half. And then we finished our drives in the red zone, which obviously cost us a couple of scoring opportunities there in the first half. Defensively, of course, anytime you get a shutout, that's a remarkable achievement. So I'm proud of those guys. And again, I thought we improved the way we played defensively in the second half. I thought we were a little bit cleaner with our assignments, a little bit cleaner with our tackling. All that being said, like we talked about in there, is that good teams find a way to improve. When you win a game, no matter what the scoreboard looks like, there's plenty for us to still work on. We got a chance to come back here next week, hopefully a better version of this team than we were today. Questions?
Manny, can you improve in a game like that? That's a 60-point game. Like, can you get better at things?
As opposed to where we were a week ago? Oh, there's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt. Because so much of the game, it doesn't matter who the opposition is, it's just, are we executing the stuff and are we playing the way that we want to play? So you can learn a lot in any type of game. And then the other thing that happens today is a lot more guys get a lot more at-bats, right? So you're actually improving your football team just by more guys playing, and also some guys just, having their roles increase. So, these days are very valuable. And I do think that as a football team, I do think we improved from where we were a week ago, regardless of score, regardless of competition.
Offensively, how important is it having a guy like DJ that can, get you the 1 yard burst or break one for 50, and a guy that you could just really count on offensively? I
think he's a guy that you want to build the identity of your offense around, And again, when I think of the Miami Hurricanes on offense, you think of some hard-running, downhill, great tailbacks. And I think DJ wants to be in that legacy. I think he aspires to be one of those type guys. So the fact that we can, whether under center or in the gun, and get behind our offensive line, who you talk about improvement, is getting better week in and week out, and get downhill on people. And like you say, whether it's making the dirty four, as we say, or being able to break it long, I think he's got a great versatility.
Mark Pope, I guess just first, how's he doing with the injury, and just how excited were you to see him kind of have a kind of breakout game?
It was coming. We knew Mark's day was coming. Great job by Jaron to get him the ball. The post was a great call by Dan Enos. Kind of had a feeling that he'd be one-on-one right there with a chance for an explosive play. Same thing on the play he had on the far sideline later on in the game. Just two plays where we were able to isolate him in a one-on-one situation, allow him to go, be a guy. And then even on the play that he got hurt on, just really looks dynamic, turning that corner on the wide receiver sweep. The leg injury, we'll find out, how bad it is. Hopefully it's not too severe.
Coach, what did you see out of what have you seen out of KJ Osborne the last 3 weeks and even today?
KJ is making tough catches, and we already knew the off the field KJ and all the things that why he's so valuable to our program. But now whether it's a touchdown catch last week at Chapel Hill or the play, I thought a huge play in the game was we ran a double post right before halftime, and we're a little late with the ball, to be honest. I mean, we should lead the receiver away from the defensive back, and it's a little bit more back into the DB, and that's a bang-bang play. You see a lot of times, the guy almost catch the ball, and KJ's having a knack for not almost catching it. He's making those type of plays, and those are plays you need seniors to make. And that, you remember, our team was very young, not a lot of older guys, and that's the advantage of getting a guy like KJ in and providing that senior leadership, that senior year sense of urgency to finish those type of plays.
And then Jaron Williams, obviously 3 touchdowns today, I believe over an 80% completion percentage. What did you see out of his performance today?
Yeah, I thought Jaron continues to improve. We talked about trying to hit some more down the field shots, which I thought his reads were better on that. But like I said, just going throughout the course of the game, there'll be so much he can improve on, and just we forget. I mean, he's off to a good start, but he's still his third game and first game at home. There's a different dynamic of playing at home, and it's gonna be fun to watch him to continue to develop to be our quarterback.
Manny, if there's such a thing, was that the sweetest unsportsmanlike penalty you've seen?
Well, we don't want to have 15-yard penalties. I'm actually pleased that our penalty count was a lot less today, but there's not a guy on our team that doesn't love Jimmy Murphy. And if you ever watch him, if you just come to the game and just watch him run out on kickoff, the guy's unbelievable. And we knew just even through training camp that he was going to score a touchdown in the game. That will not be the last touchdown he scores this year. And he's a guy that everybody on the team has the utmost respect for. And to see him get in the end zone, even the way that he scored, was no surprise to anybody. Now, I didn't know he could do a flip. And we're going to try to keep that off the field of play. And like anybody else, there will be a discipline for that, but it may be one that he may not mind taking.
Man, we also saw Brevin Jordan, I think, go into the locker room. Was it a shoulder?
No, that was just a hydration type stuff, so it's fine.
Manny, it also seemed like you were very happy with Robert Knowles getting that turnover chain. How nice was that?
I really was. I mean, Robert was the captain of our football team today. The guy we talked about midweek about his development and how well he's played. I thought he made an outstanding play on the kickoff right before halftime. He ran down there and really made probably the biggest hit of the first half of the game and just again played clean. And it's so cool to me. One of the greatest things about the game of football is that when a guy's just doing everything right, it's just weird how the ball bounces to him to reward it. He had a great game whether he got the turnover or not, but there's something about getting the turnover is a great reward for him and all of his hard work that he's done.
Coach, after the first two games, you talked a lot about how you felt like your team needed to learn how to finish.
Right.
Do you feel like they finished strong today?
We finished better in the second half than we did in the first. There were certainly some drives in the first half that we did not finish as well as we'd like to, but I do think we went out after halftime. We make a big deal about going into halftime and coming out of halftime. I thought we were dominant in both those time frames, and that's a big part of it. And I thought our level of play, we talked about no matter who went in the game, no matter what the quarter, no matter what the score, that we were going to be playing full speed. And I thought all of our guys, everybody that went in the game, lived up to that.
Manny, Cam Williams and Avery Huff weren't dressed, and Lingard, we didn't see at all.
Yeah. Lingard was out for the game. We lost him midweek in practice, but he should be fine for this week. That was an injury deal. Cam and Avery are both not going to be able to play this year due to academic requirements, so this will be their redshirt year, and they'll be good to go next year.
Coach, how do you feel winning your first game?
I'm sorry?
How do you feel winning your first game?
Honestly, for me, you're just so happy for the players because we have put them under an immense amount of work and really challenged them. And you want them to see the reward for their hard work. So for them to see that was great. I don't get a lot caught up for me, but I do know that I prefer winning over losing too. So this is way more fun than the last 2 weeks.
A couple more questions for Coach.
Coach, was it just a mental thing right now, the field goals?
Well, we know he's talented, right? So if you've ever, whether it's kicked the ball or picked up a golf club or whatever, that's all a part of it, And the big thing we talk about is just, fully committing to your stroke, and finishing. And, I thought he had a great day kicking off. He obviously was perfect in all of his PATs. So we'll analyze what happened. And, it's not, you can't just put it all at mental because there is a technique involved. And it may be a placement of a plant foot. It may be the way that he sets up off of his, the way he takes his steps. I mean, there are things that happen no different than, an offensive lineman missing a block or a DB, getting beat on a pass play. Every time a DB gets beat on a pass play, it's not because it's mental. It's because he stepped with the wrong foot, So you have to analyze the physical side of it as well as the mental side of it.
Coach, just going back to Lorenzo, you said with the injury, is that the same as what he had last year?
No, completely different deal.
Anticipate him playing this.
Absolutely.
Coach, Gervin Hall had a couple tackles and got the sack. What did you see out of his performance today?
I thought Gervin was solid. I thought the back end of our secondary was solid. They were not going to challenge us deep down the field very often, so it was going to be a game of keeping the ball in front of us. We had made a big deal. One big thing of our defense is not give up big plays, and that had been breached in the first 2 weeks. So we made a big deal about that, which means that your defensive back play and the tackling in your secondary has to be good. And it certainly seemed like Gervin was at the forefront of all that.
Coach, phenomenal offensive showing. Just talk about what this does going forward.
Well, I think we have confidence now that we have a win. Because again, teams need to win. You want the reward for the hard work, but there's no one in the locker room that's satisfied. But now we have a chance to improve, move on, and try to get this feeling week in and week out. Okay, thank you all so much.